This time on Street Wreck Garage, it is a mad rush to get something ready for Hotrod Power Tour. So when we left off last with preparations for Hotrod Power Tour, I was getting ready the 1977 Chevy Monte Carlo, which is at my house right now and not here, but things didn't go so well. The car hasn't been on the street for probably 20 some odd years, and it's not going to be ready. We have less than a week left, so I'm going to throw in the towel on that one and finish it later and get something else from our collection. We have to find something in here that we can drive on Hotrod Power Tour. So let's look around and see what we have. There's a lot of stuff back here, but the pickings are rather slim. We got trucks for days. We have all the trucks. So no. I mean, this is a 99. This one comes from an auction. You see my auction videos. I didn't show this one, but I did buy it off of govdeals.com. So it's a good place to pick up vehicles. This runs and drives, and it was $800. It's a two-wheel drive, $1,500, $19.99. This come from the auction. It's in one of my videos. That came from the auction. It's in one of my videos. Both of these were like 500 bucks a piece. This one, yeah, it's just rusty and boring and has a broken steering gearbox. This one, the transfer case keeps popping out and throwing it into neutral. So none of that. It's a Ford, okay? And this one has its own video as well. We got this one running and driving, but I don't mind driving beat up trucks, but maybe this is a bit much. What else do we have? We have Derek Beery's old Dodge Avenger that I got running again, but I don't have all the parts. The window's missing and the brakes are really bad, but it runs pretty good. Well, it runs okay, but I don't know. It's a short bed and it's a nice looking truck. This would be fun if we didn't have less than a week to get ready. This was on a video as well. This just needs a brake line. It runs, it drives, but there's no wow factor there. And then we have the 68 Chevelle, which I took the engine out of for the Monte Carlo, hoping to get it ready for Hotrod Power Tour. This is what I should have worked on. Yeah, and I know I'm going to hear it, but it is what it is. So then we have no engine in the 63 Belvedere. This is the roadkill Belvedere that we were going to do an engine swap on, and we didn't get around to that either. So it's sitting back here doing nothing. What else do we have? The Camaro, bad engine. Our future burnout car. How about a short bed Ford F-150? I mean, again, the only problem it has with it is it's, you know, a Ford, but it has the inline six and it's a stick shift as well. So this truck was actually given to me. This was a freebie. So we'll do something with this. I mean, it has new headlights in it and brand new set of rubber on the back. It's a short bed truck. It's got patina and it's not so bad on the inside. It's bad, but it's not that bad. But 4-speed truck and everything. A little bit of rust. Tail lights are out of it. They're somewhere around here. But it has a lot. It has a lot of character. It's actually a pretty good looking truck once you look her over real good there. See? Not bad at all. That would be a candidate if all else fails and we really have to do something. So more stuff. This van I bought at auction. It has its own video. It's running right now to charge the battery back up. I just moved it. And the Durango, I hate this. This is also in an auction video. Absolutely hate it. 6-cylinder busted windshield though. That windshield is pretty bad, and I don't know. I'm not sure if we can get a windshield in this in time. This has a 6-cylinder in it. I think it needs a brake caliper, and it has all that junk on the back. But I don't know. We'll put that on our list if all else fails. So we have Derek's old ramp truck over here. So we have 2 of Derek's old vehicles. Now this runs and drives, and it's already proven itself. I mean, the only issue is it's a single cab, and where am I going to put all my stuff? I mean, I guess I could strap it to the bed of the truck. I put a new radiator in this, so it should be nice and cool. The winch works on it. Oh, I left the key in it. Oops. I'll have to get that out later. But oh, there's the tail lights right there for the Ford truck. So everything works on this, and I mean, in theory, we could pick up people that break down alongside the route, which always happens. But the problem with this is, man, it's gonna drink some gas. But it's a thought. I wouldn't mind taking this at all. Now, I was very seriously considering taking this Tahoe that I just bought at the IndieGov auctions. It was wrecked pretty hard, and it pushed this A pillar or this B pillar in, and I replaced this door. I had to pull this B pillar out, but I don't think I got it quite right because she's not closing. And we got to replace this door, and I still have the interior part, and now that door doesn't open unless that door is open. So we got a lot of alignment to do. We don't have the seat in it, the center console. We don't have the seat belts because they're locked up, because that happens when you get in an accident. So, but this has air conditioning. That would be the major deciding factor if it was too hot, but hopefully it's not going to be too hot. But let's keep this in mind for another backup. I think this should be number 2 backup to our plan B if we find it. That would be nice to roll in comfort, but it's boring. So far we're not doing so good. What is in the garage here? Let's see what we have. Okay, well, we got 2 guys here. We have this 1973 Mustang Mach 1, which has bad freeze plugs, and I started putting the brakes on it, and I have not finished that yet. So that's probably a no-go. Not in less than a week. What do we have here? Well, we have Goose, the, what year is he? 1971, 72? I can't remember. Ford Maverick from Roadkill. She's a 4-door crew cab. Oh, I forgot my pin. So this would not be bad, huh? The only problem is I have the carburetor off because I stole it for the Monte Carlo. So I've been robbing parts off of other cars to try to get the Monte going, and now it's left me in a bit of a pickle. So, but I have that carburetor. Maybe we should try to put that back on, fire this up, and see how she sounds. All right, here's our carburetor. I don't often buy new carburetors, but I did buy this one brand new from Holly. I usually go in and buy the refurbished ones, but they didn't have this particular setup. This is a 700 CMF. I picked it because, you know, everybody goes with the 750, and the 750 always seems to be a little bit too big, and people complain about them, but everybody likes them. The 650 would probably be right for this car, but she's running nitrous, so I wanted to have a little extra, but not too much. So we went with the 700 CFM, yeah, carburetor. Put it right there in the middle, so we can adjust it up, we can adjust it down a lot easier than having the bigger one or the smaller one. We got some good airflow. So let me bolt this down, put the lines on, and see if she'll fire up. Okay, we have the carburetor hooked back up, and we need to install the battery and check for some leaks. So make sure we're not spewing out everywhere, and these cables are loose as well. This wiring is a nightmare. It is just bad. Not good. I don't know if we're gonna fix that before we go, but we should look at it a little bit, at least make sure everything's working properly. Okay, keys on, fuel pump is running, and I do not see any leaks. What's the pressure gauge say? What is that? It's like 9. That's a little high, but that'll do for now, I guess. Let's see if it'll start. All right, will she start? There she goes. All right, let's pull her out a little bit. All right, got her outside in the sunlight so we can see a little bit better. Double check for leaks. Looks pretty good. Let's give her a little bump. A little bit of a miss. Idling just a hair low, but starting to come back around. It's been a while since she's been running. Sounds okay in the back. Yeah. We lost the power steering belt drag racing. We're gonna have to put that back on. Need to clean up this wiring some more. It's a mess, but if we have time, we'll do that. But we definitely got to find another belt at least. Take this down the road and see how she does. All right, let's go for a test drive. Seems to be a little stuttery. Hopefully that'll clear up. Might need some new plugs. This has coder plugs in it because of the nitrous, and I probably should have taken those out and put some. Oops, where are you going? Put some hotter plugs in it. So we might need to blow some of the old carbon off of the ends of these guys. But I'm gonna run real quick down to the gas station because we are almost out of gas, if this gas gauge is to be believed, and I'm kind of believing it right now. Well, we immediately have a problem. Yeah, I have no shifter, so that means I have no reverse. I can only go forward, so it looks like I'm driving around the block and back to the shop. So let's head on back. Now, the other unfortunate thing is these blocks are really long, and apparently it's in second gear right now. So we got like 2 miles to go running in second gear, and hopefully the fans are working and it doesn't get hot. So, and hopefully we don't run out of gas, because when I turned that corner I heard the fuel pump speed up, which also could be a problem. Not good so far. Okay, it looks like we are going to make it back and see what the deal is. If I remember right, I remember the shifter pin falling out and me never putting it back. So yeah, that's going to be on me for forgetting all about that. And yeah, I'm trying to put it in park, and yeah, that's not happening. So just turn it off. It's still in gear, and now it's rolling. Okay, let's get out and see what the problem is. Okay, if you look way down there, you can't see it real good. Yeah, come on, focus. Yeah, right in that area. There's supposed to be a shifter rod connected here. There's a shifter rod, and it's not there. So I didn't fix this. I put that back on once, I remember, before I parked it. See, it's way down there. So and it's near the exhaust and it's hot, so I'm gonna go get something to eat, and then we are going to come back and put that back together and then see what we have. Okay, got it jacked up in the air, got the little rod pushed back on. The problem is it's one of those push clamps deals. Has a little push, you push a rod through the little bearing, plastic bearing in there, and apparently that bearing's starting to wear out, that little clip inside of there. So it's probably not going to stay. I mean, I could zip tie it. Where do you find that plastic bushing deal lock thing for a 1971 or 2 Maverick in this day and age? I don't know, especially in less than a week, but looks like zip ties are going to be our friends. I need to get this loaded up because I have to get back to town, so we're going to do that real quick, head back to the house and take it from there. We're back at the house and we have it jacked up. We have our safety stands underneath there, plus our Harbor Freight jack. This jack stands are from Walmart. The jack is from Harbor Freight, so we ought to be safe. The only real problem is getting that. It's a little grainy if I zoom in too far, but that plastic clip right there, we need to do something. We either need to get a pin on the rod or find a new clip, press-in clip. I don't know if we can do either or, but we're about to find out. I also have found a little bit of a leak right here. Hopefully it's just because this line is loose. If you're wondering about my zip ties right here, I put different color zip ties on these lines, and then I took a picture of this unit so I knew right where these lines went back in, and then I forgot to cut the zip ties back off. But yeah, I'll have to do that. Let's reach up in there and see that we do not have a lot of room in here to operate. So there's, I can't even see it in the camera, our rod linkage. Ready to go. And we're missing our kickdown cable as well. So we're definitely having problems. That's going to be the least of our worries. I don't believe the Ford suffers like the Dodge does if you don't have the kickdown cable. You just have to downshift. But let's get that rod attached. So here is the part that is defective. That rod just sort of pushes right through there. There. And as you can see, it's no bueno. It says that Advanced Auto Parts store in my area carries this part. I think we should go and find out. I'm a little bit skeptical. They never have anything for old vehicles, but maybe this is so common on an uncommon car now that they actually carry this. Plus it fits a lot of different vehicles. I mean, there's like 100 different applications for this, so they may actually carry this. So let's go to Advanced Auto Parts store and see if we can actually pick this up in store. Well, it looks like Advanced Auto Parts store has our part here, just hanging on the shelf in the, you know, that Dorman self-help section. But that should be our guy right there. So, and we have a couple extras we can use on something else later. Nice. Okay, we're ready to stick it back in, and yeah, it's about the same. This is more squishy and this is more hard. Definitely this is more hard plastic. This is more pliable, so hopefully that's not going to make a difference. It's the same inside and everything. You got that little ridge there that the rod's going to clip into. It's got a ridge on the rod that should correspond with that ridge right there. So hopefully this works and it's going to solve our shifter problem. All right, I got everything put back together and I went out for a test drive, but it is not shifting properly. I'm having to manually shift it at first and second, and third is hanging in so long that it's like 5,000 RPMs before it's even wanting to shift. So we're gonna check on the modulator, see if that's the issue, and hopefully we can get this ironed out. We only have like 3 days left. So we're out for another test drive, And I hooked up the modulator. So hooking up the modulator, it kind of helps with the shift points. So yeah, at one point I'd taken this transmission out to try to install another stall converter. Apparently I forgot to put everything back. So that was a deal, and I really haven't driven this car much since then. Seems to be shifting pretty good right now. And I took it out on the interstate, run it up to about 90 miles an hour in Mexico, where the speed limit is optional. And yeah, we should be good to go. I just went and got these tires here I had in my pole barn and put them on. And I don't know if you can tell, but those tires are a lot thicker than these tires. Probably can't see it very well, but it makes it look a little funky in person. So they're all brand new tires, and I bought them from like Walmart at a discount. They were like 25, 30 bucks a piece. So I bought them, but yeah, these are definitely wider than those back there. They all have good tread on them, and we're just gonna swap it around real quick, take it for one final test drive, and then it'll be time to get things loaded up and get ready to go out of here. Look at this big piece of Bondo that's coming out right there. This car is always inside, so I don't know why that's happening. Probably has something to do with that giant piece of foam somebody sprayed in there, but let's get these tires switched out real quick. All right. This won't take about a minute. It's only 4 lug. This was a 6-cylinder car originally. The V8s would have had 5 lugs. And I can't remember when they switched it out, but later on they put 5 lugs on everything. But in the early days, at least on the small bumper cars, it had 4 lugs and 5 lugs, depending on whether it was a V6 or a V8 car. There we go. All I have to do is pop this one off. And grab this one over here. Let's see. Maybe you can see it a little bit better there. That's the difference in the height. It's not a lot, but you can really see it on the car, and it just doesn't look all right. So we're going to put our skinnies on the front and our fats on the back. Well, it is all buttoned up, and we are ready to take it out on its final test drive. Make sure everything is mostly okay. A little bit worried. It's been a long time since this has been on a road trip. I will not be that far from home, so I have a trailer on standby just in case, and plan C. This is plan B. Plan A failed, plan B is a hopeful, and plan C is in reserve if we need it. All right, here we go on our last test drive. It's in first gear. Is that first gear? Or is that second gear already? I don't know. I don't know if that was first gear, second gear. Or do we have one more gear we have to go into? Oh, what kind of RPMs we're running? We're running 2,700 RPMs. I guess that's third gear because we shouldn't be going this fast. Okay, I missed first and second shift. And we're doing about 50, 55 miles an hour. Little bit of vibration in the front end that I don't much care for, but it was kind of doing that before. Getting kind of loud in here. We don't have any air conditioning, so we got the windows down. But she's running good. The temperature is like 175, 180, and it really just stays there. It has good temperature. Oil pressure is like 60. A lot of oil pressure, so we're good there. And we don't have a voltage gauge, so it's still running, so we're good there. Well, after you get past a certain point,
it doesn't vibrate as bad, so I think we'll be good. We'll just have to run over 60 miles an hour all the time. We should be fine. So let's get this back to the house and get it wrapped up.
All right, we made it back to the house without any problems. Of course, we only went a few miles. Everything shifted okay. Still a little worried about it, but it should be all right. We're not going that far. It's like 3 hours. I think it's the furthest drive we have to do. So that's from Indy to Bowling Green. That's not bad at all. So it should stay fine, stay cool, and shift. We're gonna bring a few tools, get things packed up, and get ready to leave out tomorrow. So that's gonna wrap it up for this episode of Street Ride Garage. Until next time.